Your features are unusual. No. Hello everyone, Thranxes here. It's time for some more H.P. Lovecraft-inspired gameplay. We're going to be playing The Sinking City. So, first thing to disclose, we're going to be upping the difficulty of the investigation from newcomer to detective. Ooh, not master sleuth. No, yikes. Nope, just detective. Combat we're going to leave on normal as well. And, I don't know too much about this game on purpose. That's by design, so we're going to be jumping into it blindly. And we'll just see how it goes. So without further ado, let's begin. Ooh, a frosty welcome. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I have researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Massachusetts. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours. A city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment, and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Cordially, Johannes Vanderberg. Alright, yes. And away we go. Okay. Ooh. That'll disturb your sleep. Sure. Ooh, not the mirror, old man. You really gonna drink those tinctures like that? Ooh. Tough crowd. Ooh, oh. Ooh. You're alright. Ooh, well, you know, when your sanity is slipping, things feel ephemeral. Oh my. What? I see. Oh, whatever you do, don't listen to it. Wash your hands. Oh my. Well. It's just the way it goes. Nice dream. Ooh. Alright, we're on the ship. Cool. This is my little quarters here. Alright. Oh, what have we here? Oakmont Monolith National Park is waiting for you.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
No?
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Really? Uh-oh. Folding camera? Yeah, what about this? Letter from Johannes Vanderberg. Dear Mr. Charles yeah, this is all... Yeah, we read that. That was our loading screen. Our frosty welcome. C to activate your casebook. Right, I got the letter. Okay. That's fine. What is my palace lore? Skills? Skills. What is this? Trapper. Hard-boiled detective. We don't have any of this stuff. Knowledge point. Knowledge point. They all require knowledge points. Okay. Map. We don't have anything. Inventory. We have standard first aid. Not a lot of crafting materials. Can I take a picture of that? I feel like I should take a picture of that. Is that not a thing? Hold on, let's... Yeah, coil springs, shell casings. There you go, hold on.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Key evidence collected. Yeah, the gun. My firearm is key evidence. I don't understand. Now, I did pick up the camera. Hold on, I don't... Look, it's got the camera symbol. Oh, here we go. Camera. Uh-huh. Beautiful. Photo of a trophy plate. All evidence collected. Okay. Good. Oh, this guy. How are you doing?
Now get out. Now get out.
Oh, wow. Nice guy. Let me guess, not fond of newcomers.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service.
Hey, I said it pretty close.
I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners?
Johannes.
Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour.
Oh, you don't say.
Though it is its most important.
What's the deal with this city?
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place.
Yeah, you don't say.
Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
Fair enough. Tell me about this
Tell me
flood.
about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
No, I don't. That sounds ridiculous.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem.
Yeah.
The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton. is already
Throgmorton.
at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Okay, Robert Throgmorton. But first of all, nice
That's
suit.
an eye-catching suit.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
You don't say. You might see Hey Stewart this
How
time.
can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Okay. Before we get to that, I need somewhere to
I need
stay.
a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fair
Right.
enough. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Marvelous.
Charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
Yeah, judging by Mr. Reed's bloodshot eyes, he needs all the sleep he can get. Oh, I don't get to ask about Throgmorton now. Oh, that's fair enough. What do you do here,
How do you
actually?
fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I'm curious about
I
this guy.
host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought
Yeah.
like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
Right?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of high.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Sounds like a king
What's
in the
best
yellow
way to
meeting.
get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind.
Excellent.
Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
What else did you mark on my map there, weirdo in
Other
yellow?
Places. Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city
Okay.
is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
Fair enough.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, was it?
Before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Yeah.
Don't
Cell phone?
worry about
By chance?
that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
I bet you are. Weirdo. Robert Throgmorton.
We'll meet again, Mr. Reed. We'll meet again, Mr. Reed.
Okay, case book contains your main case, which reflects your overall story progress. Work on more than one side case at a time. Cases contain information about investigations in the form of evidence. Some pieces of evidence have icons that hint at what action to perform. Okay, well that's handy. And then we're learning about all this stuff. We'll get all there in time, I'm guessing. Let's look at our map. Aha! Oh. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, and the city is really sinking because it's like, yeah, look at that. Some streets are rivers and some. Oh, this is okay. Just a big open world. I accept these terms. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm already excited. Okay, so we got our prologue exposition dump, which is fine. We're trying to set the stage. What is going on here? People are likely freaking out, like the ocean's just swallowing everything up. I'm pretty sure I don't want to be in the water. Can I get up here? Yeah. Hello.
The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed.
I don't know what that was supposed to do. Should I put this person out of their misery? You hit him with a brick? No.
The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. Okay, under the keel bar and the exit. So it's just a big open world of madness in here.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
Your features are unusual. No. We'll just ignore that one. What happened to your
Son,
son?
I ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
Innsmouthers.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just
Okay.
refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Okay, well now I want to talk about your features, actually.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins.
Is that
My
so?
father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
Oh, okay, fair enough. What do you know about the
I've heard
visions?
you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Ooh, sorry. Let me try to find
Mr.
Albert.
Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say
I have a
tend
gun.
to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Even ones with
You have a point.
bloodshot eyes and scratches on their face. What is Vera?
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see.
Excellent. That's good to learn. Tell me more about the
I need
case.
to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat.
Dang.
His fishermen supposedly brought him to their house and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Okay, I mean, I haven't even checked into my hotel room yet. I just got here, but sure, let's... I mean, well, you know... First, I want to see the lifeboat.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
Alright, where's the
where
house?
this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
Fair enough. No need to be snarky. Jeez.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Everybody's enjoying the weather in this city all the time, I imagine. New Mind Palace clues. Evidence. Evidence contains crucial information about what to do and where to go next. To get evidence, interact with objects and people, combine clues in your mind palace, and take photos. A white frame in the camera viewfinder indicates you are aiming correctly. Read evidence closely to identify important locations, then pin it on the map to plan your route. Pin evidence on the HUD to keep track of your current goal. Press X to toggle on and off. X and mouse, hold to switch pinned evidence with. You can also place evidence on the map and HUD from the casebook screen. Pinned evidence and place on map. Okay. I don't think we're there yet. Wait, now hold on now. It said face the house, but then it said down along the beach to the left, right? Hold on. That's the boat? Yeah, that's gotta be the boat. No. It said the beach. Alright, let's look. Lore, we got photo of a trophy plate. Strange fish. That's the new one. Okay, casebook, Frosty welcome. Robert's request. To find his son Albert, who went missing in the port after returning from an expedition to the sea. He was found barely conscious by a fisherman on the shore who brought him to the house. The fisherman says Albert was mentally afflicted and acted aggressively before disappearing. When Robert arrived to investigate and is now standing in front of the house in question. Robert won't allow anyone to leave the port, and he won't help me. This question mark is interesting. That's my hotel room key. Alright, Mind Palace. Throgmortons and Innsmouthers are in an ongoing feud. Albert Throgmorton behaved strangely after returning from the sea. He was mad, violent, and spoke gibberish. What is this? Combine clues to make deductions. Wait. Do I want to make those deductions? Hold on a second. Mind Palace. Investigation of the main case reveals clues for your Mind Palace. Press to open the casebook, then switch to Mind Palace. Combine pairs of relevant clues to get evidence. Crucial information for the case. It's added to the casebook. Deductions. These explain nuances of the case. They're displayed in the Mind Palace. Some deductions can be interpreted differently. This can lead to different conclusions. Discover all possible conclusions to fully understand the case, but it's up to you on how to solve it. Well, if that's really the case, we're talking about combining these, right? But these don't really combine, right? Because we can't really force these two deductions to make sense together. Okay, that's fine.
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
No, you did, but I want to see the ship, okay? The little rowboat. I'm not actually leaving the port, but it's got to be on the map there. That's got to be what it is. Which means, I mean, how would I even get there? No, that boat's going back and forth, is it not? Whoa, look at that. Boy, things are just really, really gnarly here. Okay, let's investigate the house then. I'll look at the boat here in a minute.
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
Fair enough, jeez. Alright, flashlight on, okay. Oof. What's that smell? I mean, that's bad. That's really bad. What are they cooking in here?
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
It does, doesn't it? So I don't really need a picture of that to prove it, though. I can just note
The
it.
book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for. The book is damp and
It doesn't-
damaged, but
okay.
clearly well cared for.
Uh-oh. What have we here? Shell casings and gunpowder? There's a lot going on in here. Hold on, there's a whole second floor. Okay. I mean, you know, when you have fish, that's what you eat. You eat fish. There's a proper set of stairs if you don't want to walk up the lifeboat. Oh, look at all of this. Oh my gosh. How could they... Come on. You're really living like this? This is really your life? I mean...
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Well, we got this for one. Smart mouth.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Okay, fisherman, what say you?
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Snap out of it.
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
You seem like you have some issues. Who are you
Tell me
again?
about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. I was at a starve.
Seems like there's a lot of fish to be had.
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and, okay, my head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar.
And bad.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. K is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Okay.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. K be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
I see. What happened to Paul?
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. K have mercy on his soul.
Yeah. I've got to go.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Take care of
Please,
yourself, Will.
Detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, K, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
The fact that you have to ask if you did it, is not a good sign. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's usually your first indicator that we're going to have issues.
Choo choo.
Okay. What do we got in here? Metal scrap. I accept these simple terms. Alright, let's look at our what we have here for our Mind Palace stuff. So, we got more casebook. We've got Will Hammond's testimony. If we go to the Mind Palace, we have... one fisherman is missing. I found two of them. Sudden psychotic outbreak. Albert returned unstable. Albert spread hysteria around him. Albert Throgmorton spread some sort of psychic influence which made everyone nearby suffer hysteria. That's one thing. Okay. So you don't know until you make the attempt, until you click on them. You just have to look around and sort of mess with them. Okay, no, that makes sense. And the other one disappeared, so we must not need it. So we know that he came back and he spread the hysteria around him. Ugh, let's not walk in an open crime scene, although I don't know how we could contaminate it worse.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Right? What is this place? Mind's Eye. Press Q to activate, T for more information. Mind's Eye allows you to see the unseen. Use Mind's Eye whenever you see distortion in the corners of the screen and hear a ringing sound. It may reveal images of the past, illusions, omens, or tracks that are otherwise invisible. Okay. I don't really see much of anything, though. Hold on. Let's see what's over here. Okay. Interesting.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Never seen knives like this before.
Okay.
Masterful work.
That is a very nice knife. Oh, what am I stepping in? Oh my gosh. Oh, hello. What?
So that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Yikes. That's
So that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
pretty significant. Okay. What have we here?
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Right? Everybody's got a little bit of the drink. Alright, let's do it like this. What? Okay. Obviously, there was some serious... Oh, was that my sanity that went down a little bit doing that? Oh my goodness. Is that the bulk of what we're doing here? Is there something on the other side? No. Okay, so I've seen that. Let's see what else we have.
5 cards short of a full house.
5 cards short of a full house. Nice. In other words, no full house. Alright, I guess let's look at the body. Carefully.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Retrocognition. Retrocognition allows you to understand events that happened in the past. Inspect enough evidence on the scene and a vision will emerge. Step into it and find all the critical scenes. Mark the scenes in chronological order to gain new evidence. Okay, alright.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Right. So let's step into it. So what do we have here?
What's happening?
This had to have been first. Right? And then...
Take this, ape-face.
Ooh. Oh, okay, so there was a conflict with the Innsmouther. What about this?
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Alright, so obviously this one was first. I mean, this is our first one, so it's not cosmic. This one was number 1, followed by the fight, followed by the escape. I mean, that's pretty much how it goes.
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Basically, that's exactly what happened. Key evidence collected.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
All evidence collected. Look at that. Okay, so if we go to the casebook, we've got the house brawl. A fisherman brought unconscious Albert Throgmorton to his house and left. When Albert woke up, he caused an outburst of hysteria and attacked the rest of the fishermen. One of the fishermen shot him, and Albert fled through a hole in the wall. When Albert Throgmorton became aggressive, Lewis and Innsmouther fishermen immediately started shooting at him. Yeah, because of anti-Throgmorton sentiment. As an Innsmouther, Lewis and his people suffered at the hands of the Throgmortons. That could be a reason that he hated them. That's not the only one, though. Hold on, there's more reasons. You see, it also could be that Albert returned unstable. He was dangerous. Since Albert Throgmorton was dangerous and posed a threat to Lewis Flynn and his fellow fishermen. Albert fled when he was wounded. Albert and the fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them using my supernatural sense. Oh, okay. And there's our deductions, right? Although one of them was new evidence. Okay, I can track down Albert. That's where we're at. Oh, yeah. Was it... Follow the omens. The mind's eye can reveal omens that guide your way. Okay.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Right? That's what these omens are, right? They're showing me where to go. Oh yeah, look at this. Getting tired. What's happening? Oh, everything's getting really weird out here. Bullet casing.
So the fisherman pursued Albert. Even let off a few shots.
Right? Again. No. What's happening? I'm like hallucinating? Oh, this isn't good. I don't... Wait, no, we climbed this.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Right. right here. What am... I should probably come out of this vision, right? This is getting a little weird. What? No. There you go, okay. Whew. So, yeah, just blindly following stuff can get a little weird. So here we are at the warehouse. Uh-oh, hold on.
There's something in the pocket.
Bloodstained note. Lewis, please just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping around the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return everything with double interest, Peter. Okay, what do we hear?
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Alright, hold on. Nope, this door is locked. We're gonna check all the stuff in here before we go downstairs, though. There's too much at stake. Wait, no, let's not do that. Not yet. Gunpowder and alcohol. An old phone that we can't use. Just looking for clues. Just keeping our clues. Okay. Alright, now don't make me shoot you, too. I don't really see anything going on over here. Padlocks. Padlocks and weak planks can be broken with a shot or melee attack. Oh, well, that's easy enough. Because lock picking is for sissies. That's right. This is the era of prohibition. We just straight up shoot our padlocks off. Except that's ammunition, right? I mean...
The door won't budge.
Oh, I guess this is the way it's got to be. There you go. Before we go through there, let's double check. I hear some pretty dorked up stuff. Ooh. Oh. Oh my goodness. So that's what it is, huh? When you hear that noise, it means something's goofing on you. Oh no.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Albert was murdered. Alright. Perhaps we should look at what we have here in the Mind Palace. So we know Albert was murdered. We got a note through Lewis, and then, yeah, Lewis's note. Okay, so we know that bar owner's indebted to Lewis. We know Lewis left the crime scene, and Albert and no. Yeah, Lewis may be at the bar, right. The Innsmouther that killed Albert, yeah, is going to be hiding at the bar. That makes sense. We know that Lewis pursued Albert. Lewis may have wanted Albert dead rather than just drive him off. Alright. But at this point, we don't really have... Oh, this is throwing bricks for getting somebody's attention, but yeah.
Fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
I feel like I'm not hearing the ringing. Or really getting the distortion, but there is some stuff going on. I'm still trying to learn when to use the mind's eye. So I suppose what we really need to do now is go find this bar. Nope. I'm guessing we should go back and talk to them, or feel the gentle touch of tentacles. That sounds awful frightening. No, this is just further down the dock. Here. Yep, under the keel bar. Bar under the keel, there we go. No, I don't see anything here, any reason to keep using this, so we're gonna let it go. Ooh.
Oh. Hey, got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days.
Ooh. That's hard times right there. That's real hard times. Got a spare bullet?
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
That's because old Billy's been looking in the bottom of a bottle for a while, it looks like. Jeez. Old Billy hasn't seen you anywhere in the bottom of this bottle. Alright, under the keel bar. Ugh. It feels like we're under the keel. The smell in here.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of fortune teller?
Yes.
Divination?
Yes.
I accept these terms.
It's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Yeah, do tell.
Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
Alright, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Well, I can't help you.
Another time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
As you wish.
I'll keep it in mind, though.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Food giveaway.
Hey, knock it off.
Whoa, sorry, I didn't mean to bump into you. I apologize. Hey, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't think this is the kind of place where anybody cares about our apologies. No, if I'm gonna go snooping in the back here, let's talk to the bartender a little bit.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I've seen some unsettling creatures around. We're gonna bury the lead. See.
Around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here.
There you go.
Better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
I don't know what you're trying to imply there, but I need to find Lewis Flynn, smart mouth.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
No. See, that's going to be your big mistake, not being open to new experiences. Hey, if you want him gone, I can help.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over, and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Rock. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
There you go.
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. Bye.
But I don't have any bullets. That's not good. Let's see if we can craft some things, shall we? No, we don't want to carry first aid kit, a pistol. There we go. Sure. I mean, we don't have that much, but at least now we have something. Alright.
What the? Get the... Oh.
You be quiet.
What the? Get the... Oh.
Can I really just kill anyone? I mean, what happens if I... Oh, I don't know. How is it flooding in the second floor? Oh, it's all the rain. It's all the rain. All right.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private
Innsmouther.
investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Okay. Fair enough. Why do you look like that?
Kind of. Why do you... Your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you?
Maybe.
Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
It was...
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
Well, tell me how it all
Start at
happened
the
then.
beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well,
Focus.
Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
Okay, but you killed him.
Shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
I don't believe you. But before I go accusing him, why do your people hate
I hear there's
Throgmortons?
a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
Yikes.
So we had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mean by killing their son? I mean, come on, you pretty much just implicated your own motive. But what is a grand family?
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
Your actions looked pretty deliberate, by the way.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
Well, we know that he spread hysteria. Either way, I have heard enough.
I think I've got all I need.
Yeah.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
I mean, we know for a fact that he spread some sort of hysteria when he woke up. I'm going to think about it.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
I'll take it.
It turns out I arrived here unprepared for business. You give me a little something to get started, and my lips are sealed.
I knew you'd understand. Here you are, Mr. Reed.
Wow, just that quickly I've been bought off. Corrupt already. I've only been in Oakmont for an hour, and we've already just given into corruption. Alright, let's look at our casebook. We know Albert was murdered, and we have Lewis Flynn's testimony. So I can either tell Throgmorton or I can lie. We know Lewis was affected by hysteria and Albert was murdered, right? So we have two basically conflicted ideas. You see how this is going to work is we know that Albert spread the hysteria around him and that Albert was dangerous. But we also know there's an anti-Throgmorton sentiment among the Innsmouthers, and Lewis may have actually wanted him dead. So I have to pick whether Lewis was mentally affected and couldn't entirely control his actions, or if Lewis was aware of what he was doing during the fight with Albert Throgmorton. I think he was aware of his actions. He padlocked the door. Think about that. He padlocked the door, and he said, whatever I did. But he knows what he did, because he woke up in the warehouse. He said that was the first thing he remembered. But you're saying he woke up in the warehouse, outside of the padlocked door, covered in blood, and then just went to the bar. No, he was aware of his actions. Lewis was aware of what he was doing during the fight. Lewis deliberately murdered Albert, is the conclusion that we've come to. Psychic influence or not, Lewis was out to murder Albert Throgmorton. He had a motive, too, the mutual hatred between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. I must tell Robert Throgmorton the truth and bring the murderer to justice. Exactly. See how we tied all that stuff together? Now, if we go, Lewis was mentally unaffected, right, then we get the other one. Lewis was under mental influence. Lewis killed Albert Throgmorton while under some sort of mental influence. He couldn't control his actions and therefore can't be blamed for his death. I could try to cover for him. But nope, we're going with Lewis deliberately murdered him. The padlock on the door is really what does it for me. I doubt in his...
You want a drink?
No. I doubt in his red mist, his stupor, if you will, that while he's under the influence of whatever the hysteria is, he chased him. Shot him while chasing him. And then eventually killed him and padlocked the door and hung him up on hooks. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not buying it. Mr. Throgmorton? I've seen some strange creatures around.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately, not immune to gunfire.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
Firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
I found the murderer, by the way. Buried the lead a little bit.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah. I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Where?
Uh-oh.
Who is he?
He knew what he was doing.
Just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender.
There you
Seems
go.
like he had a bone to pick with your family and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice,
There you go.
bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton.
You're quite welcome.
I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes.
Right?
You've earned it. Gay to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't. but
I have
digress.
powers.
Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
My visions? No, I'm investigating cases of insanity.
I'm looking into an outbreak of erratic behavior and madness, all linked to shared visions of this place.
Indeed. Then our goals align. This inexplicable hysteria has spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Why a geological expedition?
Geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Okay, so is there any link
These
between the
cases
visions
of
and hysteria?
involve shared visions as well.
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
Okay, so you think this flood is unnatural, huh?
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster.
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Okay, fair enough. Any discoveries so far?
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
The murder and the expedition are linked.
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
Tell me more about the expedition.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
Well, that's helpful.
All you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man.
Exactly.
I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
Let's talk
About
payment.
my expenses.
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Exactly. Ooh, revolver, cartridges, antipsychotics, a knowledge point, all kinds of good stuff. Case complete. Now we have the new case, Lost at Sea. So we'll go to our case book. Frosty welcome completed. Now we're at Lost at Sea. Key to the headquarters and the Lost Expedition. But we never got to the hotel because we can't really leave the docks until now. Okay, well, I'm not sure what's making that noise. We did never find the ship that he came ashore in. Yep, this is it. It was down here, and we never looked at it. I suppose we could have.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
Ugh. I don't really want to go out in the water, do I?
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
That's not ominous at all. I can't believe we didn't come here and look at this thing. It's got that green stuff on the mask. Could have been some clues. Fair enough. I think that's pretty good for our first stint here into Oakmont. And we'll have to reconvene and continue our investigation in the next episode.
What's your problem?
And until next time, take care.